What's up, everybody? Welcome to Naked. I'm Nicole.
Keisha.
And Tiana.
And this is Naked. So we're back with some changes, guys. We are revamping the show. We'll still be talking about everyday things and everyday realities. But we did want to focus the show more around books that we are all currently reading. So for however many episodes it takes for each book that we're reading, we'll do a review on the show. So the podcast will start out with a book review of whatever the book it is we're reading at the time. We'll do about 3 to 4 chapters per show. And then we'll go into our regular topics. So everyday topics or what's happening in the entertainment world, food and sports, politics and social issues. So that will be the new
Yay!
Aren't you excited?
I am, actually, because we get to, do multiple things. We get to stay on top of our reading, have our own little book club, and if you guys join us, more like a virtual book club. So feel free when we're reading books to read along with us.
Join in.
You can send us
And
emails.
DM.
Yeah. Email, DM, all of that. We check all of that stuff. We're also going to start reading the emails that we get on the show live.
Because they are crazy.
Yeah. And we're not going to read them prior to the show. We're going to read them live. So as you hear the questions, we will be reading them live. Like, this is the first time we're reading them with you. So our reactions will be just that, live. All right? So, what you guys been up to?
Oh my goodness. I just gotta tell you. See, everyone knows my popcorn addiction.
Yes, we
And
do.
where I have started getting my popcorn from is the South High Street Walmart.
You be going on straight
On
missions.
Missions for popcorn.
Yes, and we all know how crazy that Walmart is, right? So, 2 things. So the last time I went to go get my popcorn, because I only had 1 bag, so I had to go back for my 2 bags this week, but semantics. So I cut in line because they know me now. So I just be like, hey, you get my 1 bag, it's your $2. She's like, okay, cool, see you next week. All right, I see you. So I jumped in front of this couple. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. He's like, all right, it's cool. So I'm checking out because I bought some other stuff. And I hear just this commotion. Like, ah! You can't really hear the words, but you can just hear that somebody's going off. It's the same couple. And he tells her, he's like, chill out. And she said, I can't hear what she says. And then he must have said something about the baby because they have like a little baby with them. She's like, well, obviously, he's not yours.
Oh.
The whole store goes, whoop!
Over some popcorn line?
No. We have like all exited out of Subway at this point. I am
Oh,
now
so this is not commotion because you jumped the line.
Yes,
this is
no.
just their regular.
This is a
Gotcha.
whole 15 minutes later situation. So they walked around Walmart. I walked around Walmart. I'm checking out in little self-checkout.
Gotcha.
They're walking out the door.
So you mean to tell me that she married his ass like you were not the father up in Walmart?
In Walmart?
Yes.
In Walmart.
And then they had, like, people had the audacity to be like, well, I hope he don't hit her. And I'm like, can we be concerned about the baby? The baby. So.
But that's their go-to? Like, I hope you don't hit her. I'm like I get it because I would have been looking for him to swing too. Like, he about to 2-piece her?
But he didn't. So they get into their car. Well, he gets into the car. She's getting the baby out of the carrier. Almost drops the baby. I'm like, again, can somebody be concerned about this child? Then my cart stops in the middle of the road. Like, not at the end of the drive or anything like that. Like, at the start of the store. My cart just stops. And I'm like, okay, so we're just not going to go any further. So I asked security, I'm like, what's going on? So she's like, well, just unload your cart. And I'm like,
So
my
wait,
car is down there.
They put brakes on the cart?
Yes.
They tired of people
stealing the carts.
Wait, which
And
Walmart were
this is
you
the
at?
Walmart that I gotta go because I got to get my popcorn.
South High Street.
South
you
High
knew
Street,
better.
Great Southern. Yes. Yes. And I'll be back there next week. Anywho. So,
They put
but how
brakes
does the
on
brake-
the cart?
How do the carts not go the distance of the parking lot?
that's what I'm saying.
Like-
I'm like, at least go the distance of the parking lot. So she like has to get another cart for me. We have to switch carts so I can make it to Khaleesi to unload my stuff. And
stupid.
after that happens, I'm unloading my car in Khaleesi, and I hear more yelling. And I'm like, are you kidding me? They're down at Wendy's.
Yeah.
You know where the Wendy's is from?
Yeah.
The Walmart, so it's right there. It's them. They're yelling. She's outside of the car, screaming her head off. He's walking back up to Walmart. I was like, good night.
Well, I thought you were about to tell me that he drove off. When you said he got in the car and she was getting the baby out the car,
No.
he was like,
no. So I don't know if he's like just used to her bullshit or whatever, and he's just like, I gotta walk this. So I don't know, but I was not gonna stick around for any more of
The
that.
fact that you said she said all of that and you didn't like recount that he had some outrageous reaction. This is normal.
That's why I was just like, this is
Yeah.
what she does on a regular. Because I mean, she's just and he's just like, chill out.
she yelled out, that's why the baby ain't yours, and he pretty much just kept on scanning shit up the you scan.
No, they were walking out. They were walking out. I was like,
can we get some milk, please?
I'm like, what is going on? So now this week, I'm going to get more popcorn. Got 2 bags this week. Gave her $5. I give her a $1 tip when she has extra bags waiting for me.
Oh my God.
And so I go over to the cart section. Now remember, I had an issue with the cart. Yeah, it stopped. So I'm like, I don't want that issue again. So this lady, she's getting her cart, and I'm like, is there something wrong with that cart? Because it was like, there was like just this right cart just sitting there. And she's like, I don't know, check it yourself. I was like, oh.
Wow.
Bitch. Like, that's all I could say.
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, I stood there for a second like, did she really just say this to me?
Yeah,
I say,
people are crazy.
What I do for this damn popcorn.
Yes.
What you do for it.
What I have to endure to get this popcorn.
That is the true statement.
That popcorn got to be goddamn good.
Goddamn delicious. Of course it is.
It's popcorn. It ain't. Like,
it's delicious.
Oh my God.
Keisha talks about popcorn like it's surf and turf.
I love my popcorn.
I mean, everybody got their thing.
I ain't very particular.
Everybody got their thing. I'm not even mad about it.
That is hilarious.
So that was my little.
Yeah, we might need to do a segment of memoirs of South High Street Walmart.
Yo, every week is something crazy. I'm trying to just get in and get out and pray I don't have to get any extra items because I don't want to have to drive to a Target or anywhere else. So I'm like
trying to get
in
it.
and get out of this place. But I can't go too early to that Walmart because then my popcorn won't be popped. They don't start popping until after 2 o'clock. So
She got the schedule. Oh no, they don't have popcorn till after 2.
yeah, they don't have it till after 2. I've asked. I've gone there before.
That is hilarious.
And I said, where the popcorn? She said, we'll pop till after 2. And I said, I'll be back. That's when they knew I was crazy. Now I get a discount.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
Yeah,
You speak my language now. Sales. Hello.
The one lady, she was like, you come here often. I was like, girl, you. And then
Like you don't know half. You only see it on your shift.
Is the fact that they always ask me if I want like Subway. And I'm like,
No.
You know
I'm not here for that. I am here for the popcorn.
Yes.
I got it in my hand. Here's your money. I really just want to just leave it here with a little note like, it's the popcorn girl. So that's what I
Look
do.
at you.
Oh, nothing much. Today I thought I was about to get arrested.
Oh, wait, what?
So
What is going on with y'all?
Listen,
Do tell.
this was a whole hot mess. So I go to the gym with one of my friends that's actually on the military base, DSCC. So today was my first time going. She was like, it's huge, it's awesome, like you gotta come. I'm like, cool, bam, we in there. So we pull up to security. They had one entrance that was closed that's like normally where visitors go, so we had to go through this whole extra process. So we pull up and they're like, okay, well, she's allowed on base, so we need to check all of your stuff. So they make me get out the car. They make me physically open up all the doors to my car, pop the hood, the trunk, and the glove compartment, right? Okay, cool. Do your thing. So he's like, do you have any drugs, any weapons, any ammunition, any knives, anything of the sort? No, easy, bam. Bruh, man, they take maybe like 10 minutes. They come back to me and he's holding a pack of ammunition. And I'm looking at him. That's the look I gave him, right? I'm like, they done planted some evidence, damn it. Like, no, I ain't going down like that. So he's like, ma'am, when I see bullets, I automatically think, where's the gun? And then I remembered that back in January of 2018,
for your birthday,
for my birthday, I shoved that shit in my glove compartment and forgot all about it. So we going back and forth, and he's like, "Is there a weapon? Do you have a license?" I'm like, "Dude, clearly I didn't want these bullets. Half the thing is sitting in here. I clearly didn't use them.
Leaves bullets in their
right.
I didn't use them.
Right.
Like, I don't even know what to do with them at this point." He's like, "Okay, that's fine. We just gotta ask, blah blah blah." So he's like making me fill out some paperwork because I have to leave the bullets with them. I said, just throw them away. They've been in my car for a year and a half.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you can't throw away bullets because they can go off. I said, say what now? I said, so you mean to tell me that I've been riding around with bullets in my glove compartment that can shoot somebody? What?
Could have shot me.
That's what I meant.
I mean, not me, like riding your past. I'm talking about you, like driving.
That's what I'm saying. When I said somebody was me. I am somebody. Listen. So he's like, no, they're in a hard case. That's not the issue. But he was like, if you throw them away in the trash or a dumpster, like when the trash can compresses them, because there's a certain type of bullet that they can spark and like go off. So I was like, well, what am I supposed to do with them? Because at this point, I'm like, well, shit, am I supposed to bury them? Like, how do I dispose of said bullets?
Yes.
So he's like, just give them to somebody you know. So I'm like, whatever. So I feel like,
whoa. That doesn't sound right though.
It sounds crazy. But listen,
I give them to someone you know.
That's what he said. He was like, if you don't want them, give them away to somebody who you know who has a gun. So when we're leaving out of the gym, I had to go back through security because I had to collect said bullets that I don't fucking want, right? So I'm filling out the paperwork and he's like, well, do you know what you're going to do with them? No, I already told you.
I asked you.
Right. He was like, you don't know anybody? I said, listen, I don't know anybody that has a gun. And if they got a gun, I don't know about it. Like, I don't own a gun. It wasn't my cup of tea. He's like, well, tell you what, like, go ahead and fill this out saying that, like, I, like, gave you the bullets back. And then he kept them. So, I don't know.
He just wanted them damn bullets.
He wanted the bullets. He said it from the get-go.
I offered the man the bullets from the jump. I don't want them. How am I supposed to dispose of them? You telling me you can't take them. You telling me I can't put them in the trash. But then he took them. Listen.
You could have brought them over here.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that. All I knew was y'all not about to send me to jail,
right?
For these bullets that y'all implanted in my car.
She said y'all planted.
I did. I was like, y'all not gonna plant evidence in my vehicle. Y'all not gonna do it. Y'all not gonna do it. My friend, she's sitting in her car cracking the hell up. When I finally realized that, like, they came, like, where they came from, I was just like, oh, well, what happened was.
Yes.
No, legit, this was 2 years.
No, I remember
it. It was January 2018.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
Listen.
As soon as you said, then I remembered, I was like, it had to been the gun range because you ain't been nowhere else to buy no damn bullets.
That was the first and only time that I ever shot anything.
So when you guys went, they let y'all take the bullets?
So we had to purchase.
You have to buy your bullets to shoot at.
Right. So like those are mine now. And since I don't own like a pistol, I sound like an old person saying pistol. Since I don't own a gun,
a firearm,
you know,
a registered firearm.
Yeah. So they just been sitting in my glove compartment, and I realized that my car is a whole mess. When I had to open up all them doors in my trunk and just see all of it at one time, it was very sobering.
I know they opened that trunk and was like,
first off, I had to open it, so they didn't. But
them like. To go through it.
I gave them a warning. I was like, listen, I just got back from vacation. The suitcase and all that shit is still in my trunk.
Go through it.
More power to you.
At your own risk.
More power to you. I had tampons that was like inside my my like console. Like I have like a little like case in there with like toiletries. You know, if you get stranded somewhere or something.
Yes.
When I got back in the car, it was like 2 tampons sitting on the thing. I was like, ooh, okay. Y'all went through all of this.
Like they opened them?
No, not opened them.
Oh,
no,
okay.
like they took them out the container that they were in. Yeah. Like, so it was that, like, I had, like...
How long was this search?
It was, like, 10 minutes. Like, they went through my car quick as hell. I'm like, the least y'all could have did was had, like, a vacuum with y'all while y'all was in there. I mean, shit.
I mean, moved around and swept underneath some
You
shit.
feel me? Like, some
Why
of this
not?
stuff ain't been moved since... This is the first time it's been moved. Like,
Yeah.
I would need
Come on.
you to do better.
I listen, like...
It is an improvement, though, because she has, like, trunk organizers in there for the stuff that's
Yeah. It's not like, oh...
It ain't just like
How
a
do you
heap
put
of
your
stuff.
groceries in your...
I don't put groceries in the trunk.
Well,
Shit goes in the back seat or the front seat, depending on how many there are.
first of all, she's only buying like 4 items at each store because coupons.
That's true.
That's a true statement.
Yeah.
So I definitely thought I was about to go to jail today, and I was just like, not on my watch. Okay.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
But what's going on with you, Miss Lady?
Yes.
I as well had an adventurous day today. TJ had tickets to the zoo through the workplace. So we decided to go, and he's like, oh, it would be a great idea if the twins could come down. If Aaron or your mom can meet you halfway, we take the twins to the zoo. I was like, oh, yeah, that would be great. Let's do it. So I met Mom this morning. Went and got the twins. We go to the zoo. Everything is fine. They're loving the animals. Everybody's having a good time.
My kids cannot stand the zoo.
Oh my god, I love this.
I love this.
I was excited to go just because it's been so long since I've gone, and I mean, they made a bunch of changes, so I was excited to see all that. So we're standing in line to eat, and we just ordered food. We're waiting, and Anthony, out of nowhere, is like, oh, and I'm like, what happened? I pooped myself. And I'm like, you pooped yourself. And then I'm waiting for like a smell, and I don't smell anything. Then I get a little whiff, but I'm like, I mean, we are at the zoo though, so So TJ checks and he doesn't see anything. He is adamant that he shit on himself. So TJ takes him to the bathroom. He had shit everywhere, all in his underwear. It was like he sent me a picture. It was a clump in the underwear, and then the rest was down his pant leg, ruined the sock, and on the shoe.
Poor baby. Poor baby.
There was no warning sign. He was just fine, like playing around, and all of a sudden was like, "Oh, I put myself." I'm thinking that fart got him. He got that sneaky fart. The shark. I think the shark happened because on the ride up there, one of them farted, and I was like, "Who farted in my car?" Nobody took ownership. Then a couple times as we were walking through the zoo, I got a whiff again, like, one of you little niggas is farting. I think he was the one farting. And then he thought he was in the clear again, like, she ain't figured out it was me yet. And shit on himself.
Surprise!
It surprised him. He was just as surprised. He was so mad. Listen to how he was responding to me. I said, you poop yourself? Yes! I said, wait, do you have to poop? No. I said, you pooped yourself? Yes. You have to poop? Yes. He was so frustrated. He was just as mad. He was probably more mad than we were that he shit himself.
He definitely was. He had shit on his side.
Oh, he was upset. He was distraught. You hear like his reaction, his face, how he was responding to me after it happened. He was like looking at us like, what the fuck don't you get? I shit myself. I have shit running down my leg. What is the delay? Like,
what did you do? What did y'all do?
Well, we had already ordered food, so I put all my stuff down and get ready to go. And TJ was like, I got it. Thinking that he didn't really, I was like, because again, TJ like pulled him forward and looked behind him, didn't see anything. And I'm like, if he shit himself, it should have been everywhere. Like, you should immediately see. We didn't. So I'm like, I said, I think he probably farted, so a little bit came out. Thinking it was just going to be like a quick wipe up, or even take those underwear off and we would be good.
Yeah.
No. TJ undressed him and that shit was everywhere. So, TJ cleaned him up, basically washed his jeans in the sink. He had to walk around with wet jeans, no drawers. We had to throw the underwear away, the socks away. Yeah. Washed off the shoe. When we're done, I gotta throw everything in the washer.
Oh my God.
And so I was like, we had to finish eating. I mean, we already bought our food, so I was like, I mean, just sit in here and let him eat. He was starving. Nobody had ate.
Oh.
So
I bet he was hungry if he didn't shit all that stuff out.
well, I met Mom at 7 a.m. in Cary, Fostoria area. 7 a.m. We got back here, and I tried to get him to eat some potatoes, some hash browns, but he ate like 2 bites. He's a fruit kid. Like, he will eat fruit all day. So when he got here, he's like, TT, you have some apples? Whenever they come, I always have fruit because I know he'll eat it. So I cut it. He ended up eating like 2 whole apples, basically.
Wow.
Minus 2 slices and maybe 2 other slices that Avery ate because she don't eat fruits and vegetables, as she all let us know.
I saw that video.
Yeah, she's not. She wants chicken and juice. So
chicken and juice. All right.
Chicken and juice.
That's balanced.
So he ate almost pretty much 2 whole apples this morning, and I'm not thinking anything of it because I'm like, it's fruit, you know. Like, I'm not going to deny him eating healthy when he asked me for some healthy stuff.
Right.
That fiber got him.
Listen, it
That
surprised
fiber got
his
him.
ass. It even surprised him. He didn't know. He was distraught. Like, my life is over. What are we gonna do? Like, he was distraught. So we ate, and he seemed content. I kept asking while we were eating, like, does your stomach hurt? And I'm looking to see if he's like not really eating. Girl, he killed some because they give you fruit cups. He killed the fruit cup. Like, there was 2 servings of fruit. He killed that. It was melon, grapes, and stuff. Killed that. Ate a whole chicken tender. So I'm like, clearly, he's okay. And he was acting normal, like himself, like nothing had just happened.
You check take his temperature.
He wasn't warm.
Okay.
He said his stomach wasn't hurting, nothing. So we,
Sneaky one.
yeah, we had got through like 2 exhibits that we really want to see. There was 2 more. So I was like, listen, we can last for an hour. We're at the zoo, so if somebody smells some shit, they ain't gonna think it's him. I mean, he's pretty much cleaned up at this point, but the problem was his pant leg was wet on that side. Because he's just like, his pants wet because I had to like literally wash it out in the sink. So I was like, but if you sit in the stroller, it's, you know, it's pretty warm out today. So
yeah,
I was like, let's just get through the last 2 exhibits that we wanted to see, and then we'll just have to come back another day to finish. It's probably a whole other side of the zoo that we didn't get to. So we did that, and we just made him sit in the stroller and didn't let him get up. We let him get up once to see the polar bears. That was it. So then we get in the car to come home, and we are on Sawmill, and he's like, oh no. I'm like, what's wrong? I have to use the bathroom. I have to use the bathroom. I'm like, oh, I said, TJ's like, he already did. I was like, no, he didn't. I said, Anthony, did you, and again, he's answering me like this. Anthony, did you poop? No. I said, did you poop yourself? No. I said, who are you talking to? I just said, I have to use it. I said, so you have to use the bathroom? He said, yes. And I said, you didn't poop on yourself? He said, no. So we hurried up and pulled over at a store, took him in there. When I tell you that brother let loose, like my stomach was queasy after we got done.
Oh God.
And then I'm in there with him, and I hear this little voice, where's TT? It's Emery, because now Emery has to shit. So she came in and had to shit. And luckily Morgan came in with her and got her on the toilet. And I'm like, do you need me to come over there and wipe her? Like, let me know when she's done so I can come and wipe her. But Morgan was a G. Morgan was like, I got it. I was like, had you been in this stall, you would have said that. Look, at one point, I'm talking about, he was like, all of that. And I was like, you. And Morgan was like, was that him? Yes. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
poor
It was him.
baby.
I mean, we were in there for like 15 minutes straight. Like,
Oh God.
and I was like, are you sure you feel okay? I said, your stomach don't hurt? He said, no. He was just sitting there just so normal. Like, there wasn't no like struggle.
Yeah.
You know, like when you sick, you be like struggling, like, oh shit. It wasn't none of that. He was just so calm, like, I mean, it was like grown. You know when you're sick and like you ate something that ain't agreeing, and that's what it was like grown people. And I was like, I'm about to throw up. I'm about to throw up. And then never mind. That's enough. Yeah. So Adventurous Day.
I feel like I can smell it. Like my mom is getting the best of me.
Oh,
Yeah. I told TJ, I said, thank God you were at the zoo because someone would have had to come pick us up because my ass would have been in there throwing up playing that. He sent me the pictures. I was like, no fucking way. Nope. I'd have been like, so take him to security. His mom is about 2 hours away. I'm going to take these 2 home, but his mom said she about 2 hours away. You could
Just two.
just
Just hang tight.
trash bag, pull it from the bottom up to the waist, tie it. He's good to go. Just let him sit there. She'll be here in 2 hours. I couldn't do it. Like,
Oh shit.
I was like, I would have been done in that bathroom. Like them dads that be on the video, like, woo, trying to change it up. Oh, that would have been me today.
Yeah. Oh my god. I can't. Yeah. I am fortunate the girls never had anything crazy like that.
I'm not built for it. I don't know.
She
you
wanted
got
to do when she
babies.
was a baby.
I'm gonna be calling.
I mean,
them
babies are a little
That was,
different. Like,
that was it. But the girl
Ishmael
like,
definitely had like blowout diapers where it goes like all
up the
talking
back.
about
up they bad.
to
up to
the
the
neck.
neck. Yeah.
You got to wash hair and everything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like babies are different, but this like grown man shit. Like
Oh,
this
God.
ain't no baby. Like the way that shit sound, I was like, yeah. I mean,
Poor thing.
Yeah.
but he seems okay. After he got that second one out, that nigga was in the backseat singing and everything.
Woo! Got a load off.
I
2 pounds lighter.
man.
2 pounds lighter.
He been singing and all happy and hyped up ever since. I was like, well,
Oh my god.
at least you feel better.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, seems like everybody's had an interesting day.
Yeah.
It's been cray.
Been busy.
Busy, indeed.
All right, so let's get to this book.
Yes.
All right, so title of this book is
13 Things Mentally Strong People Do Not Do. So I was recommended this book by a client of mine. I don't really remember. We were just talking about a whole bunch of self-help things, and she said, I think you'll like this one. It's like a checklist, because a lot of self-help books that I've read have always been like, pretty much I feel like they're saying all the same words and they just keep extending the sentences or like switching the sentences around. So I really liked this book. But let me know your guys' feelings.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're only on chapter 3. I mean, I'm gonna see it to the end just to try to give it a chance. It could have been. It could have been a 10-minute YouTube video to me.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about it. And
So,
I'm listening to it on Audible, so I don't know if it's her voice that's making it drag more. The next 3 I'm gonna try to read instead of listen to, because she definitely sounds like she struggles with depression all day, every day, and been fighting the good fight all her life.
Yeah, so I'm reading it. I don't do audibles because one, I don't have time. Because I have no commute to work. So I have no time to listen to anything. But what were your thoughts?
So to your point, I did like the fact that you didn't get lost in it, the topic at hand, or the point that she wanted to make didn't get lost in the chapter.
Yeah.
It was very clear in terms of what her list was and what she was really kind of speaking to.
Yeah, and it stayed on
It
topic
definitely did.
per chapter.
To what you just said, as far as it being like a 10-minute video. So this book actually started as like an article that she wrote for like a newspaper or something. And then the book came as like the expanded version. So it was a very short.
Oh, that makes kind of makes sense then.
Yeah, this is 13 things that you need to do. It was a news article, like boom, bam, done and done. But there was so much conversation around it that she ended up making it a book.
Okay.
So I think that that's to your point.
Yeah.
I felt like thus far, it gave very common sense, like topics.
Common sense ain't common.
You right about that.
That's what I mean about the YouTube thing. It's like, I mean, I've definitely heard this before, like, and maybe her title is different, because her title threw me by saying 13 things mentally strong people don't do.
Right.
Versus, improving your mental health is
Right.
usually the topic, or some variation of that is what you get. But she just kind of flipped it around and gave you, it's still talking about the same topics that you hear in those titles, just flipped the other way.
Yeah.
So
I like that in each chapter she gave like very personal examples.
And that's what I think what really got to me is like she gave, because she's a psychologist,
right?
And so she's giving,
and a social worker,
and she's giving stories of some of her clients, and I'm sure she changed names or whatever. But that to me is like, wait a minute. First of all, that you let that really happen?
Well, the introduction alone.
Oh,
So the introduction was really heavy to get through, just in terms of. So she lost her mother 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Then she lost her husband. Mm-hmm. He had a heart attack at like age 26.
Yeah.
So it was just. I mean, hell, if I went through all of that, I probably have to make a list of like, so I don't lose my shit too.
And then she met somebody else, and his dad had cancer.
Yeah.
And he died.
Yeah.
So it's like she just.
Yeah.
I thought it was nice though too. I think it was either chapter 1 or chapter 2, how she was talking about how her husband Lincoln, they like his family still does like stuff for his birthday each year, and her new husband like participate. Like
that was dope.
Yeah.
I did like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there were good pieces in there, like the stories, and I do like how she does give the personal stories and give examples. But I feel like even with those, it was like dragged out within each chapter just to fill up the chapter, basically.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So let's run through what those suggestions were for these first like three chapters.
So the first chapter was titled what?
They don't waste time feeling sorry for themselves.
Yeah. And this is where she's talking about all the
Does this one
sequence
start with Laura, the wife that has the mother-in-law?
No, that was Don't Give Your Power.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Because mother-in-law, I was like, I'm ready to fight mommy.
Yeah. Do you, I don't remember.
No, the first chapter. Was it the introduction that she broke everything down, or was it chapter 1?
So it was a little of both. So like the first chapter, the introduction, she talked more about her husband that passed and her mother. Chapter 1 was more about the process of her father-in-law now being sick and passing. Like that was more what chapter 1 was about, I believe. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because that one started off with the boy who was in the accident. He was hit by the school bus.
Yes, that's
and
right.
His mother kept saying, "Oh, like feel sorry for him."
Yeah.
Took him out of school and
in his recovery.
for his recovery.
And the physician was the one that like asked him like, "How did you beat a school bus?" Like, and just like changed his whole like thought process, which I thought was great because it really kind of forces you to like exchange self-pity for like gratitude.
Yes.
Like it like forces you to like switch like your mindset.
Yeah. And I get exactly what you guys are saying, but I think what spoke to me more was the actual personal stories.
Yeah.
So a lot of other self-help books or topics like that have just been like
very formal.
Like just do this.
Cold.
Yes.
Do
It's
this.
like
think like this.
it's like that's easier said than done.
Yeah.
But like seeing actual examples and how she's helped people to like look at it this way,
like real
and how
life
they
stuff.
had to like okay, now they're practicing it.
Yeah.
And
What
then
else was in chapter 1?
that was what I got from chapter
Yeah.
1. Anything else?
Now chapter 2.
Woo!
Mama Dukes
Go
and Law.
ahead, talk about chapter 2. Go ahead, talk about chapter 2.
I was listening to that. Now that's the one chapter that did grab my attention. I was like, but it wasn't because of the topic or like it was that story about the mom-in-law, and I was like, this bitch is crazy.
Crazy.
Like
Crazy.
my mom wouldn't dare come in here and tell me, in a way, nothing about. Well, in that depth, now she will correct me. She's like, why you need to do it, like that, but not the way that mom-in-law. And
well,
then
the fact that she would just pop up at the house uninvited.
that, and then
Who does that?
I just
Who
had a
does
baby,
that?
and you gonna make a comment about my weight? True. Drop kick to the chest, like mama, just come on, just catch this 2-piece real quick, and then we can talk. And we have a discussion. But I got to 2-piece you one good time.
Yep.
But I love the fact that the wife ended up turning around, like, look, goddamn it.
Yes.
I feel like she got hood on her husband.
Yes.
Like, look, I know that's your mama, but the bitch got to go.
Yeah.
Tell the bitch stop popping up over my head. These my motherfucking kids, and if she got a problem with it, she can get the fuck out. Like, I feel like she came like that because she had to. Because mama straightened up real quick.
Yes.
Like, even if the husband told you, like, well, My wife said, bitch, straighten up or you can't come see these motherfucking kids.
One of them.
Mama was like, okay.
Oh, so y'all ain't playing.
So I have to call first?
The story reminded me of like Martin's mom and Gina.
Yeah.
Like when Gina finally stepped to her like, look. But yeah, Mama was crazy.
And was that also the chapter where the lady was talking about all of the stuff that she does? Like she helps her sister and her cousin and church and all that other stuff, and she didn't want to say no to people.
Because they did talk about you have to find your no. Like you have to be strong.
Yes.
No, just saying no.
Yes. I think that's something that I know I've struggled with in the past. But
yeah.
I don't want to say no because I feel like I have FOMO or, whatever the case may be. And I was just like, Khaleesi cannot drive.
I said what I said.
I'm on limited mileage.
I'm on limited mileage.
Not that I don't want to. I cannot.
Yeah.
I won't let me.
I like the fact that it was like you don't put so much emphasis on what other people think.
Yeah.
Like, stick to your guns, like you said.
Yeah.
Like I'll value your opinion to a certain degree, but it's not the end all be all.
Yeah.
And I'm here for that.
And do what works for you first. Like instead of taking somebody's opinion and trying to make adjustments in your life, if that shit don't work for you, don't do it.
Yeah.
Do what works for you and make everybody around you adjust if they want to be a part of that.
Absolutely. Because the moment that you start to alter like your behavior for somebody else, like you're susceptible to manipulation at that point. Like
for sure.
The second that you become so bendable and flexible that you were throwing away like the stuff that you actually want and hold value to.
Yeah. And then you become resentful. Like how the one lady was saying, like now she don't want to answer her cousin's phone calls. Or stuff like that. And it's like I definitely have been there before. And I think my problem was that I always would think that there was gonna be some type of argument or that somebody was gonna be mad. So or feel like I had to have an excuse for why, and it's like,
and that's the thing. I think people respect it more for you just to be like, no, rather than be like, I want to, but I gotta go here because they know it's bullshit. Like, girl, you're just saying all this. Just say no.
Yeah,
it's okay to say no. Just say no. You're more worried about saying no than the person is hearing no.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, because I've definitely had people that do that. Like I asked to do something and they give a runaround or give 1,000 reasons why they can't. Just say no.
Yeah. Indeed. Anything else from that chapter?
What was the third one? The third one was
they don't shy away from change.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And that was the one with the guy who he was a school teacher and he didn't want to teach anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And his wife kept telling him he couldn't. Which I'm like, she was not supportive.
At all. If I tell you I no longer enjoy something and I don't want to do it, don't come to me talking about, no, you have to.
Yeah. Like, I was a little upset more with her than...
Okay. But, I mean, good for him for not taking that in and being like, no, I'm just going to... Or wait, did he...
So, I think he started doing it part-time.
Yeah.
And then doing it part-time, he actually... realize that he still enjoys teaching.
Yeah.
So
he just needed a change. That's what. Okay.
Needed a change. Yeah.
I remember he ended up doing something like he didn't take her word and just run with it. He ended up doing something. But,
he slowly moved into.
But I think that's good. I mean, because I think people have a misconception of what being real is. And I stayed down, I never changed type thing. Like, I mean, that's cool. Because what that really is talking about is like your character at its basic form. But everybody has to change through life. If I was the same at 22 and I'm the same today, Lord have mercy, my life would be a mess.
Right.
And I who would want that? Today at 35, I don't want to be the 22-year-old Nicole. At all.
I don't even want to be the 30-year-old.
I don't even want to be the 32-year-old Nicole.
I don't. Yeah. No.
So no, I think change is absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
And, sometimes we don't always like the way that people change because we get so used to them being that, but it's necessary.
Absolutely.
Like in every aspect of life, though. Not even just, like, personally. Like, I mean, even in the workplace, like, shit changes all the time. You have to be open to change. And without change, there's no growth.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. And I think a lot of times, like when it comes to us, just like fear hinders change. It prevents you from being open to it because, like you said, it's the fear of the unknown. It's the fear of, well, what's going to happen? People walk away from jobs all the time, and there's that fear of, not like being, uncertain of where things are moving to, like what direction you're going in. So it's just that fear is like paralyzing and prevents so many people from accepting or even being open to any form of change. And we gotta get past that.
Absolutely. Staying in relationship, friendships, jobs, like you said.
Exactly.
I think change in friendships and relationships are an absolute must.
Yes.
Must.
People grow, like you said. Like we're not the same person that we were, 10 years ago, 5 years ago.
Which is why I hate to hear like when people split and they like, she just changed. Like, but changed how?
Yes.
But change how? Are you saying she went from like she was cool and then went like she became a crackhead? Or like okay, I get that change. But if you're just saying like she used to be, do anything you tell her type, but you was telling her to do some bullshit. And now she's smart enough. Like, I ain't listening to you. You want to go do some dumb shit? You do that yourself.
Right. And I think that's what a lot of it is. Like people.
I used to be able to step all over her, and now I can't. She done taken to her own. Like,
that's exactly.
Well, how's that a bad thing?
People
you should be like, shit, good for you.
Like that. Because they don't like that.
They have control issues.
But they should be growing out of that as well. Like, there should be some kind of change as well. So.
Again, like people like to manipulate people by getting them in situations where they feel like they have to submit to like your wants and desires. But when people have that growth and they're like, no, I'm gonna stand up on my own too, and I'm gonna speak my mind, and I'm sticking to my guns. People don't like that.
Yeah,
it doesn't go over well.
Because it doesn't benefit them anymore. Because now what they used to be able to get you to do, they can't do it anymore.
Users,
which is terrible. Don't be like that. Don't. Promote growth.
Yes.
Promote growth in hair.
Edges.
Bank accounts.
Bank accounts. Education. Life, health, wealth.
Yes.
All of that.
There we go.
Not necessarily pant size. I don't want that growth, which seems to be the constant growth in my life. We can give that up. I'm willing to give that up. But growth everywhere else.
Can we go back to that growth, like back in when we were 22?
Listen, I will take it now. If you want to give me 22-year-old size Nicole, totally different. I would take it. But no, I'm not about to stay the same type. Like staying the same or keeping it real and ain't never switched up has nothing to do with being the exact person you were 5, 10, hell, even a year ago.
Yes. Yeah.
The growth has nothing to do with that.
Yes. So what's next for us? So we're going to do chapters 3 through 6.
4 through 6.
That's right, 4 through 6.
Yes. Because it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Growth. Good God.
I mean, you had a long day.
I know.
You almost went to jail.
So. I did. I'm over here going through like post-traumatic stress disorder.
She's still over there counting them bullets. Like,
and did he leave any bullets?
Yeah, so we'll be doing 4, 5, and 6. What are those chapter titles? You have them?
Yes.
We'll put a link. We'll put a link to the book also down in the comments. So
Indeed.
I'll do a couple. I'll just do Amazon because you can get to all the options from there.
Yeah.
So whether you want to do e-read or Audible or all that.
Chapter 6. They don't fear taking calculated
Chapter 4.
We're starting with chapter 4.
Okay, so again, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We see you ended with 6.
Okay,
I heard 6.
Hey,
I'm still traumatized by Walmart.
Yep.
Anyways, 4. Chapter 4. They don't focus on things they can't control. I think we just talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't worry about pleasing everyone.
Oh, okay.
I
struggle with that a little bit. Like when I was younger, I struggle with that.
And they don't fear taking calculated risk.
Ooh, that's
I struggle
with
that. Now.
I'll be at the casino like, so the $5 chip only gives me one play, and then if I lose, you take all of this $5.
Girl, who you? Listen,
I'm not even gonna be at that table.
$20 is my like limit. Like once that 20,
I lost
like,
$1, and I was like, that's too much.
girl, in this cruise, I ended up winning $50 as like play money to like go to the casino with. So every time I won, cash out, cash out, cash
hell
out.
yeah.
I took like 7 cash out tickets up to the thing. Like,
They was like, give me your first one, $2.63. Give me your second one,
listen,
$1.71.
$3.75.
there's all of them. Like, it looks like a phone book, damn it. But I will say that sis won, I turned $50 of Monopoly money into $78
You
cold
better
cash.
get it.
Okay.
All right.
No, I can't do that, and I
Well,
don't.
you
I
know.
don't appreciate you throwing it in my face like that.
Bro, still
Bro.
growing on that.
Yes.
She's still working on that growth. That tongue roll just that.
There's no tongue roll. Like,
I've actually been doing a lot of research on investing.
mm-hmm.
And the biggest question is, are you a risk taker with money or are you not? And I'm like, I'm not.
Yep.
But I want my money to grow pretty quickly. And they're like,
That requires risk.
That requires risk, and
Yeah.
you're not a risk taker. And I'm like, so where do I fit in?
Yeah.
Like, show me where I don't take a lot of risk, but can make it, okay, maybe not quick money, but decent pace money.
Yeah.
Doesn't exist. Yeah. Doesn't exist.
It's hard.
So I've settled on
A little bit of risk.
Smallest of risk, but for what I'm doing for Ishmael, there's no risk. That money's just gonna sit there and grow.
Yeah.
Like he has time, so by the time he gets my age, he has something nice to sit on, and then hopefully he's smart about
What he
his
does with it.
yeah, what he does with it.
Yeah.
I can grow that, but I mean, it ain't gonna be like millions. Well, I mean, you know, maybe things change and it will be millions, but put that out there.
Yeah.
But you know, it'd be a nice little deal. I'm still trying to talk myself into on my part knowing the risk because I'm the one that needs the risk.
I get it.
We'll see though.
I'll see. One of my friends, this would have been a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago now. So he had invested in a marijuana dispensary in Canada.
Wish I would have.
And the crazy part is, like, he was in my ear the whole time, and I was just like, boy, bye.
They would shut that shit down.
Right. But he pulled up, like, some of his statements and stuff, and he made, like, $10,000 in, like, one, like, day. Like, one trade, I guess.
What?
And I was just like, cash out, cash out. You know me. And
he's like, oh,
$2.75.
Yeah.
Girl, this is not Hollywood. This
Right. And he's like, no, I gotta let it sit. I was like, I'm like, I have to have like an investment banker that is like managing all of that because like you, I don't like the risk. And once I see I'm up, I'm like, it's mine. I gotta hold on to it. So I can't like, and that's terrible because you have to be aware of what's going on.
Yeah,
it's your money.
You gotta have patience.
You gotta have patience,
which I don't have.
And the sad thing is, like, with stocks, like, it fluctuates. So, like, one day you're winning, the next day you're losing. And, like, for me, I panic. Like, if I see that loss, I'm like, well, take what's left. Like, I can't lose it all. Like,
yes.
It's just like,
here's the good thing, what I settled on. The amounts that I'm putting in to never see back.
Yeah.
If it goes, it goes.
Yeah.
With Ishmael's, it should not go.
Yeah.
I mean, there has to be something drastic that would happen for me to lose that. But on mine, like, fuck it. I'm going to put it in, and it's going to be like that money just was never there. I'm not going to say I'm not going to think about it, because of course I'm going to think about it. But I ain't going to, like, daily track it, weekly track it, nothing.
Yeah.
Just, you know, a few times out the year, track it to see where I'm at and see if I need to make some adjustments. And the person that I'm working with is somebody I know personally. So they'll be able to like guide me, and I don't think that they'll steer me wrong trying to just make a quick buck or nothing like that. Like they really want to see my money grow. So
I wish I would have gotten in on Facebook. Like I feel like that was maybe a year and a half ago too. Facebook stocks like dropped.
They did.
Like dirt cheap. Like they were going through something. I can't quite recall what was happening, but all of their stocks like dropped like dirt cheap to where any of us would have been able to buy stock. And it immediately went up like a week later, like if that.
So for that week, I would have been having a heart attack though.
If you already had stock,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's why I said I'm not going to be the one to like try to keep following it. Like, don't pay
If I would have had stock and it would have dropped, I would have took what was left.
I mean, let's be real. Like, I'm not investing any type of money to be like, if I lose that money,
you can't. It has to.
My life is over. Like, I'm not even investing in any type of amounts like that. Like, I'm starting out very small. Yeah, but that's my thing.
I like that even with $20.
I'm $1,000. You telling me? I just gave you $1,000 and that shit is gone? Like, you mean like gone, or like I'm gonna get it back next week? Like, you want to pay me in $20 a week over the next however many months
plus interest?
I struggle.
But like I said, I had to talk myself into, you want to invest this money just like it. You didn't have it, like you never had it, like you never seen it. It's gone. It's done. Because I'm not. My one thing I do know is I'm not touching it.
Right.
Even my Ishmael's money, I'm never touching. Mine, I won't be touching for quite some time. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, things remain that way. But I just don't plan to touch it. I'm not going to daily keep a watch on and track every little thing I have. Like, I'm not going to do
You'll
that.
drive yourself crazy. Yeah. You'll drive yourself crazy.
So I just got to find something I'm like, I can deal with that. I ain't found that yet.
And we are all getting at that age where we need to.
It's never too late. Like, actually, I am super late.
I am super late.
And getting into this, even thinking about it. I mean, of course, when I was younger, being a single parent, I just didn't have the extra money to do that.
Right.
Not saying that, like I said, I'm starting off very small. I'm not talking about tens of thousands of dollars that I'm starting off with. They've now made these money market accounts and things like that. I mean, you can start for like $500.
Yeah.
So tax time ballers, take that $500, set it aside, and do something for yourself and your children.
We're at a point where you have to.
You have to,
because
you cannot depend on Social Security or like
that shit's not going to be there. It's not going to be.
It's not there.
It's not going to be there for us when we need it.
Yeah.
Like, and even if there is something that's there, it's going to be so minute.
Yes.
It's not.
It does nothing for you.
No.
You can't survive off of it.
And even having a traditional 401k isn't enough for you to retire off of.
No, exactly.
It's just not enough money.
Exactly.
It's just not enough. Like, even if you're living in the most like low income, like city, wherever, like it's not enough. So,
I've just been convinced, like, unless I come into like a quite large lump sum of money, I will be working until I die.
Yeah.
We see that now.
Yeah.
We see that now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be at Walmart getting my popcorn in, clocking in for work. Like, welcome to Walmart.
Yeah. I saw the saddest thing. I ordered Jimmy John's a couple months ago, and the man who delivered my food,
not on the bike.
No, he wasn't on a bike. He was just old as shit. Like,
I thought all they did was bikes.
No,
Jimmy
drive.
They do cars.
They drive.
Oh, hell, every time I've ordered one, I mean, granted, they were fairly close. All my delivery people have been on bikes.
I've never seen on a bike, actually.
Yeah, the only bike that I know of related to Jimmy John's is in that commercial.
Yes,
where the bike is the fire truck or something.
No, literally every place that I've delivered from, they were on bikes.
Oh, yeah, no.
Especially like downtown areas, they are on bikes.
That makes sense. That's the downtown office. There's no parking and all of that. Trying to
but even like other outside. But like I said, the location was close to where it was being delivered to.
I mean, my house is close to Jimmy John, but whatever case, no, this man was not on a bike. He was in like a Honda. However, he was like 85, and he was working for Jimmy John's. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that, not throwing shade or anything. But we're in a place. My point is, we're in a place where there's no such thing as retiring. Unless you have a significant, savings plan that's in place. Like,
and I mean, a significant.
Like, very significant.
Yeah.
Like the traditional work 40, 50 years, you get your pension, you get a 401k, and then you live happily ever after. It's just not reality any longer.
Yeah.
Hell, most companies don't even offer pensions nowadays.
When I used to work at Abbott, and I would say that, and that's what they thought was the whole catch. Like, that'll get them, is saying pension. But if you're talking to a 20-something-year-old, they don't. What is pension?
Yeah.
That's not right.
I don't even care about that.
But they were one of the few companies.
Yeah, and there's very few. Yeah.
And here's the thing, though. We were still in that age group where if we had set things up right when we first came into the workforce, we would have been set.
Yeah.
We would have been fine.
Yeah.
We weren't taught those things, though. 401ks and things like that. Like we weren't educated enough, even investing money and things like if I would have started doing investments, if I would have took my 401k seriously, like when I switched jobs, didn't cash it out and left that money in there and moved the accounts.
We still wouldn't have had enough. Like
you think how many years have you been in the workforce today?
So at a real job since what I was 23.
Any your first job that you had potential to start a 401k.
And that's what I'm saying, like a real job. Like that would have been like after college. Like the other jobs that I worked in prior to me graduating. Like
it still was like early 20s?
Yeah, like 23.
Yeah, so you talking about you would have been in over 10 years now.
Yeah, I mean,
you still got another 20, 30 years that you will for sure work.
But see, that's still, like, in my mind,
I'm not saying count on 401k only. I'm saying if we would have took 401k serious, if I would have been
maxing it,
knowledgeable about other investment opportunities, I wouldn't now have to make drastic changes.
And that I agree with. What my point is investing in 401k alone is not enough. Even if we were started with our first job that we were eligible for, it's not enough money. Yeah. Like you can only invest with so much. And that's the other thing that I think is fucked up is when you're under a certain age, there's a cap on how much you can actually put into your 401k before you're penalized for it, which makes no sense. Like if it's my money and you as the employer are only going to match so much, that's fine. That's your thing.
Match but that I should be able to put
whatever I want in there without there being an issue. But you're penalized if you go over a certain amount. Now, whether or not that amount is, I've never put that amount in there. And that's to your point. Like I could have. But like even doing that, it's not enough because you're looking to retire at what 65.
I mean, that's the cost of ideal.
That's the ideal. The cost of living is constantly going up.
Constantly.
You have expenses, houses, all of like
you
all
don't
of
even
health,
think about medical
healthcare. Okay, like all
medical
like.
Is a lot of,
listen, like. Even if you had $1 million after all of that, $1 million ain't shit.
It ain't shit.
That ain't enough to sustain me for the rest of my life. From 65, Lord, willing that you.
And I don't even have a luxurious lifestyle. That's $1 million is not enough to sustain this lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I mean, we are basic. We are your basic.
Listen, I could blow $1 million on Amazon sitting on my couch.
Listen,
and I kid you not.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I think we all. Yeah.
I should have became a shareholder for goddamn Amazon as much money as I invest in Amazon ordering stuff every goddamn other day.
Yeah.
Ishmael like, you got another package?
Mind your business.
Mind your business. Does it have your name on it? Then mind your business.
Oh, that's funny. No, that's funny. That's good stuff.
So, in latest news,
Miss Ayesha Curry.
Oh.
Poor little Ting Ting.
So what did you think about what she said?
I agree with her.
Absolutely. And I think that the people on
social media
and the internet, I think they are heartless, cruel, cold. I feel like for whatever reason, we're not allowed to be vulnerable anymore without having all these people's opinions that don't even fucking matter. Like
she was just being honest about how she felt about something, and the fact that people were like, oh my God, she's so wrong for that. I can't believe she said something like that. Bitch, you think it too. Absolutely. You think it too. Like I told somebody on Facebook, then let me not dare see you post another goddamn selfie on any social media platform. Because who are you posting it for?
Exactly.
Nobody posts a selfie for no one to like it. No one posts a post, not even a picture.
Right.
No one posts anything on social media for no one to like it.
Yeah.
You don't post it and be like, oh, nobody likes this shit.
Yeah.
You go back and check your phone 20 goddamn times in the next 10 minutes to see how many more likes you got, who commented. Go back and actually look through the names of the people who liked it, who loved it, who liked it, who laughed at it, who was angry at it. You go back and look at that.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't say that she needs the male attention, or she even said, I don't want it. It would just be nice to know that someone is looking outside of my husband because
you want to know that you still
you
got
got
it from time to time.
First of all, she's what, 30?
And she had 3 kids.
3 kids. Small. They're all small.
Mm-hmm.
Small. So she's been pregnant every 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
If that was my lifestyle and my husband is this big NBA star who's adored by men and women, but I'm over here and no one's like,
No admiration.
Yeah.
I don't think I look good.
Yeah.
She don't even put, and it ain't even about the fact that she don't put herself out there, because she doesn't. She carries herself very well.
Yeah, she's a wholesome woman.
First of all, she's an absolutely beautiful woman, and I don't think that she is insecure about her look in that way, the way that people are trying to say.
Yeah.
I do think, like she said, it's giving me some insecurities. You talk about all the changes that your body goes through. And she's had 3 kids, like I said, pretty much every 2 years she's popping out a baby. She's also in the spotlight, and you motherfuckers go through building bodies, these build a body bitches that get glorified on everywhere.
Yeah. And let her come out the house looking less than stellar.
Y'all would kill her.
Rip her.
You got too much money to be walking around looking like that. Your husband is the star of one of the biggest stars in the NBA, and you walking around looking like that. Like, you can't have it both ways. Like, you want her to be normal or you don't. Mm-hmm. But you can't kill her for being one or the other because she's not the other. Like, you can't kill her on both sides.
I guess what pissed me off about the entire thing was why are we judging people for having very human, like, feelings,
very human
and emotions? Like,
she wasn't like, I ain't getting dick pics in my DM. All she said was, I get zero male attention, and it would just be nice to know that somebody's looking. When I go out, I get dressed. I don't go out in sweatpants and shit because I don't want nobody looking at me. I get dressed, and not that I get dressed for someone to look at me. I want to look good when I go out.
Right.
Because I want somebody to be like, shit, that's TJ White. That bitch ugly. You know what I'm saying? So I get dressed. I mean, nobody wants to walk around looking crazy for people to look at, like, she trash. Like,
right.
When I go out, even though I don't want the male attention, like, I'm not seeking it, I don't want it. But it does make you feel good when someone's like, hey, shorty, you you beautiful. I just want to tell you that you're beautiful. And you're like, thank you. Nothing's going to come from it. I'm not looking to hit or take you home or sneak and pass my number. And now we having secret conversations. Nothing about that. Everyone likes to be complimented by the opposite sex. Everybody likes to be wanted by the opposite sex, whether you're in a relationship or you're not.
Absolutely.
Anybody that's saying otherwise, you a goddamn lie.
Listen, I posted a picture.
The lies you tell.
The lies.
Somebody sent me a text that was like, girl, I want to be your sponsor. I was like,
was it the swimsuit?
It was. It was.
Go ahead.
But I was cracking up. But like you said, it feels good, regardless if you're gonna act on it or not. Like, it feels good when that happens. And it's blowing me that people are acting like what she said was this. Like it was wrong. Yeah. Like, she's not allowed to feel that.
Well, because they were trying to say because she's a married woman. Like, that shit don't change.
Not
you just married. You still a woman and you still a human being.
Absolutely.
So one of my friends actually posted a comment, and like, when I tell you it was spot on with how I was feeling, let me read this.
Please.
She said, "We live in a very invulnerable, insensitive, immature society. No wonder there are so many people who are shut off, shut down, and incapable of connecting with others. Letting your guard down and showing that you're an actual human being with feelings and emotions is laughable. People think every freaking thing is a joke, meme-worthy. For whatever reason, Ayesha Curry feels like she does, know this. Her feelings are valid. Regardless of if you understand or agree with them, they are still hers to have. Just like yours are yours to have. But you're probably too afraid or ashamed to put yours out there for fear of what someone else might think of you.
Yeah.
Let's just cover our own vulnerabilities and insecurities by drowning ourselves in laughter at other people's." Shaking my head. I could not agree more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, could not agree more. Like, it's just sad. But like, that's the institution of social media at this point.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it's become.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people will post something. I mean, hell, Diddy posted messages about him still missing Kim Porter,
and
everybody
on his ass.
Everybody,
you never married her though.
Like, you never married. You should have put a ring on it while you had the chance. Da, 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 da. I'm like, first off, this ain't your business. So your opinion, keep it to yourself.
Right.
Furthermore, clearly he's venting, and yeah, he's doing it on social media, but clearly this is a way for him to cope with his emotions.
Yeah.
Let that man speak on whatever it is. If you don't agree, then keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Like, who gives you the right to be judge and jury and be out here, judging folks for the way that they're dealing with their own issues? Like,
And what kills me the most is the people that killed Ayesha Curry the most were women.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
oh, we're the worst.
Yeah.
We're the worst. And with women of color?
Yo.
here's the
That's
thing,
what I said
though.
about that lady yesterday. I was like,
Done. Like,
but you're lying, though. Like, I've seen so many memes talking about treat your daughters not to put so much weight on male attention or getting attention from males. You know, they said it in all different ways. But you come on there with a head full of weed, face full of makeup, and your titties out in every picture.
every.
And I'm not talking about like they kind of showing like the shit is
Yes.
every selfie.
Yes. Yes.
Who are you doing that for? Jesus? That's for Jesus? Who are you doing it for?
What I find interesting, because I always love to go to the shade room and go through the comments. That is my entertainment.
And not that
but
there's anything wrong with weave and makeup. Do your thing is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Like if that makes you happy and makes you feel good about yourself, and you feel like you snapping when you walk your place, do that.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
but the fact of the matter is that people do things to make themselves feel better, look better, and they appreciate compliments when they come.
Absolutely.
I take a compliment in a heartbeat.
It just gives you a little more
Yes.
And I like compliments
Good job,
from
girl.
men or women. Like,
Absolutely.
for a woman to even give me a compliment, like, I just want to let you know you are so beautiful. Girl, thank you. You are too. I love your shoes. Like, throw it right back.
Yes.
By the way, your pink lipstick was popping.
Yes, it was.
I should have put someone tonight
Yes.
and wear it like that. The girl that had it on was a white woman. And, you know, our makeups don't always match up. And I was like, that lipstick is dope. And she was like, we complimented her. She was like, oh, I got some in the car. She was like, it's not on sale yet, like everywhere, but I get sneak peeks because I'm a director. I have like 5 in the car right now. And I was like, say no more. Because at first I was like, oh, I can never wear it. And I started thinking like other people. And I was like, if they can do it,
so can
so can I.
You're ignorant.
And I am just gonna step out today.
And you did.
And I did.
Slay.
Yes, popping in pink.
Slay.
She put it on and I was like, oh, can't tell me nothing. I was in there taking duck lip photos and shit. Like, oh, I gotta wipe this off. It's changing my whole character. But it was beautiful.
You didn't even know who you were.
Didn't know who I forgot for a second. Just for a second.
That
I was
was
in that room
hilarious.
stripperish for a second. I was in those like
I can't.
I was in there like
I hate you. No, my job was definitely taking bathroom pics someone posted.
look, and then tag me in it, talking about that, and then tag me. I'm like, what you tag me in it for?
I was looking, I was like, well, where's the color at?
Yeah, it didn't
Still
look like
like
a,
the wine tasting.
I was still at the wine tasting, taking duck lip selfies. It was definitely not a color that you would look and be like, that would look good on a black girl. But she showed me a picture of one of her associates who was a black woman. And I was like, it looks so good on her.
Yeah.
What brand?
Mary Kay. And that was the other thing. I was like, and this is Mary Kay? Not a color you would expect from Mary Kay.
It looked great.
It was beautiful.
Yeah,
It was beautiful. So next time I step out, I will have on my pink lipstick and
Do
looking
it.
for compliments
Do it.
all night.
Do it. Do it.
If I look at you and smile, just know I'm waiting for a compliment.
Like,
Waiting for it.
I learned.
Don't approach me and not give a compliment.
I'm
So,
sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I didn't hear your compliment. Come again. Didn't hear your compliment.
I'm sorry. What was that?
Clearly didn't see my lips. Compliment.
I cannot. Oh, that is too funny.
That's good stuff.
You know what? I'm gonna start going on social media and tell every time I get a compliment, I'm gonna let it be known I got a compliment, and I'm happy about it. But Ayesha Curry, I appreciate you for being
Vulnerable.
honest,
real.
open, and real about how you was feeling. There is
Yes.
nothing wrong with how you're feeling.
And shout out to Steph Curry because
Cause he backed his wife
yes,
as he should.
did. Yes, he did. They're so cute.
Because trust me, he is not thinking she's looking for some new dick to go out here and
Right.
cheat with. That he knows his wife and knows that's far from what she
That's
meant.
not-
People need to mind their own business. Is really at the end.
Well,
of
she
the
did
day.
it on a very public platform.
No, and I get that.
Criticize. So I mean, have your opinions, but to be like killing her the way that they were.
They
Like, there is a way that you can disagree with what people say without having to be so damn dramatic and so rude and disrespectful and inconsiderate. Like, you don't have to do it that way.
Yeah.
You can just be like, girl, I hear you, but I don't think like that. I think as a married woman, you shouldn't even matter. And just left it at that. Yeah. She don't have to be all types of insecure, nothing ass. She don't got shit to worry about because her husband make millions. Like, that has nothing to do with what she was stating, how she felt.
Yeah. I didn't know money changed that.
Because what does money really change that? So
no,
now I can't have any complaints.
Mentality.
I can't have any complaints because I have money.
Right. That's fine.
Diddy already told y'all, more money, more problems.
Okay. I love me some Diddy. I really do.
He wasn't lying about that. I'm just waiting to find out if more money really does come with more problems.
Yeah,
because
I mean, I'm trying to, my cash out
I'll take
a few problems.
I mean, if anyone wants to help with this experiment, I'll send you my cash out. So,
I'm still waiting to see if that's really a true statement. Because I've had the same problems, added a few more on since I've had from my 2015 we call it money.
What?
still the same issues.
Oh. I was like, wait, what are you saying?
2015 money. Still the same issues.
True story.
Plus some.
No bueno.
Plus some. Money does not fix life problems.
No, not at all. Sometimes it adds more.
That's what they're
I
saying.
mean,
More money, more
money can fix some life problems. Some.
It just ain't gonna buy your every happiness.
Money does not buy happiness.
Because if you're not happy with yourself, at the end of the day, nothing's gonna.
But money
again,
can buy shit that's gonna make you happy.
I am willing to find out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to do
just
this
how
experiment.
expensive this.
Again,
yeah.
If anyone wants to help with this, I continue my cash app.
Listen, because I'm still trying to figure out how I can be one of them YouTube people that just travel all over the world and record shit, and then y'all fund this job of theirs to go around and record shit on YouTube.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
Just travel the world and record, and people pay you to do it. Like, they really be in the comments like, I just love your videos. I donate, they'd be like, to donate here, keep the project going, donate here. And people like to donate.
So, hey guys, if you guys want to donate to keep this project going,
just hit the DM or.
All
right.
Well,
should we go to email question?
Yes.
Yes.
Before we get out of here, let's hear what
Lord have
the
mercy.
good folks.
So we got a question in our DMs, but they would like to remain anonymous.
I figured most of these will be anonymous. I don't think we'll have a lot of people that.
But feel free to tell us who you are. We want to share. We want to share the thing.
Now, if you give your name, make sure you tell us. Do not. Say my name.
We're gonna put you on blast.
Okay.
Because I'm fucking around reading the email like Sheila says.
I was just about to say
Sheila from the east side.
Yes. And she said she saw it, you should give her popcorn. No, the question is,
I'm scared.
do you ladies prefer thongs or granny panties?
Go. Granny panties.
Granny panties.
Look, if there's a need for a thong, I'm just not wearing any. Like,
okay.
I'm just not doing it. I don't like a thong is like a permanent wedgie. Like
I only wear thongs.
I can't. No, I feel like
I don't feel it. Like
your cheeks be chapped. Like
no.
not your cheeks, but like this. You know what I'm talking about? The top of your crack where it's like right there.
Anytime I wear a thong, I feel like I've wiped and I still have a chunk of tissue in my ass. It's just
terrible.
Exactly terrible.
But I never felt that.
Yeah, no.
I'm like you. I will put on a thong if the outfit needs it. Like, I don't want to show the panty line.
Yeah.
But that's a every now and then thing. Otherwise, I'm in like
not granny panties, but like my cheek. I like cheekies. I think that's the name of them.
Cheekies.
They're like
cheeks are out at the bottom.
Yeah. So like
and boy shorts. I like boy shorts.
So typically,
but I feel like with everything I wear, the panty line shows. So it's either a thong or nothing at all. zip.
Panty lines ain't showing no jeans.
No, then I'll wear a thong.
You say you wear a thong because you feel like the panty line shows it.
No. I'll wear thongs is it. That's it. But I feel like boy shorts because I do have a couple boy shorts.
yeah,
But I feel like
yeah.
anything else outside of a thong, everything's gonna show. Like even in jeans, I feel like I've been able to see that little.
That means your jeans are way too tight.
I was about to say because I ain't never had no jeans that show my panty line.
If your jeans are showing your panties, your pantaloons, like,
I mean, my circulation is not cut
like
off.
unless they're jeggings, like that thinner material, if they are denim, like straight up Levi's,
These are jeans.
Fuck around and have a level 5 yeast infection by the time you clock out.
I mean, I don't.
Something is just off today. Just not feeling like my regular self.
No, that's why a thong. Thongs wrong. Thong.
Oh, jinx.
Yes, Cisco said it. Yes. Okay.
Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, I do like these new panties that they have right now, where it's like the seamless ones, where like they don't like the no shows. I guess I do like those because they fit you like a glove. Like
I guess I don't even look for anything.
Like
else.
they-
I'm just like,
like I own like literally a handful of thongs, and I don't even know why. Because like I said, if it comes down to me putting on a thong, like if that's the only way that like this outfit's gonna work, chances are I don't have on drawers.
And you know what? And the one pair, because I'm like you, I have a handful, but the pair that my go-to thong pair, it's not even like the string bikini thong. It's the thicker one that's supposed to lay at the top.
Yeah.
Girl, my booty eat that right on up. Like, I got too much ass to be
Like
trying to
it's
play.
toilet
Like,
paper.
who wanna
I'm telling you. And then like my cheeks, I feel like just be like
eat it up?
while I'm walking, and I'm just like, I'm gonna have rug burn if I don't get this shit
I think
off.
because you're not used to wearing them.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just.
But I have my go-to pair. Like, if I do have to wear, like, I'm putting those on because they are the most comfortable, if comfortable is even a word, because it's really not.
They are.
No, because even the thicker thongs that aren't supposed to go all the way in your cheeks, my cheeks eat them. They still go in.
That string be in my ass.
That string, I might as well, if I have to wear a string one, like the times before they made these new ones with the thicker lines, the string bikini ones, when I put them on, I put them in my ass, just so I didn't have to feel the transition of it going in my ass.
Let me spread it, go on in there, close the door, and go about my business.
See you in 2 hours. Didn't even try.
Oh.
I don't even think when I peed, I pulled the backside down, just the front.
Listen.
This is going to stay in there. Mind your business.
I've had this shit so far up my ass where I've
Oh,
had
God.
to peel it.
There is no just slip it off.
No. Let me start at the top, loosen this one up, boom.
That is insane.
Yeah, it's a peel. It's a peel process.
I don't like them.
The whole front be down here, and you got to take the back and be like,
Yes.
I don't know. I've just always worn them. Always.
More power to
you got
you, girl.
special cheeks then. Because,
I've always worn them. I don't know.
but maybe that's why. I mean, if you've always worn them,
Yeah,
you're probably
I don't
used to
know.
them. But no, those are not my go-to. That question wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Well, thank you, Mr. Anonymous, for sending that question.
Oh, that was probably a guy.
It had to be.
He was trying to give a compliment, wasn't he?
We got it. Thank you.
No thumbs.
Hair
no
flip.
thumbs.
Commando.
So I know someone that goes commando in jeans. Like, they don't like
I've
wearing
heard of this
underwear at all.
That does not sound comfortable at all.
Sweatpants, I'm with you all day. Like, free out here, breathing, living in sweatpants.
But there's a
Jeans.
line right there, right? That no thanks.
Jeans.
No thanks.
Not only do I feel like
I feel like
that would be uncomfortable, I feel like that's not healthy.
sanitary.
Yeah, like that's a lot of material, just like heavy material, just
Heavy
like sitting up
on
on
your-
your hoo-ha.
yeah.
Like, just, and again, friction,
Yeah.
and
No thanks.
there's like it's thick, it can't breathe. Like it's a difference maybe like you got on leggings. Like leggings are thin. You can spread your legs a little bit, little air, a little ventilation
I'm
coming
still
in.
thinking leggings you need.
I think leggings
you
you
definitely need
I mean,
another layer.
because they are so thin.
I mean,
I'm just saying, I feel
I
like.
could see
Let me not even say
I
that.
could see a legging though before some jeans. Like jeans are thick.
But the legging is just like long panties if you ain't got no panties
That's
on.
what they were called.
That's what that's pretty much what they are.
Long panties.
I had no idea that's what they were really.
No, someone said that. He was like, I love when y'all wear those leggings. They look like
them
long
panties. The girl put them long panties on.
Part of the issue too, though, is some of these chicks be out here rocking tights as leggings and tights
are not
the same thing.
No.
Tights are pantyhose essentially.
Yes.
They are not the same thing.
You can see the little line right here. I can see your ass cheeks. Yeah.
Which, to that, if we can see your ass cheeks and you have on leggings, that means you just throw them leggings away. They have seen better days. They are done for.
Or they just might be too thin.
Because they done for.
They've been through the wash cycle too many times. Throw them away.
They have been stretched to maximum capacity.
That or they're too small. Yeah, like if you buy some leggings and they are labeled leggings and you put them on and them shits is see-through, size 3 sizes too small. Go up 3 sizes.
Funny story. So I tried on some floral print leggings once and they were black. And when I put them on, they were gray because I had been stretched so much. I was like,
black to gray.
I said, y'all motherfuckers got jokes.
Yes.
Okay? Y'all got jokes.
Take these back. Take these back.
Didn't even buy them.
Yep.
Didn't even buy them.
The flower.
Try them on.
The flower is now a balloon. Take these back.
Stop! Look here.
Take them back.
I was like, what happened? Oh. Like, they were still black, like, around my calves. Like, my ass and, like, thighs, it was like, it had turned, like, gray. Like, so either they were real cheap or they were just, like,
I was going to say, I feel like that's more like a material thing.
Either way, I knew my limitations. These are not the leggings for me.
They're not for me.
These are not for me. So,
and there's nothing sexy about that, seeing your bare cheeks like through your dress or leggings or nothing like that. Like
I don't want to see it, and I'm gonna tell you now. When if I see something, I'm like the military. See something, say something. Like I point, I laugh, I turn into a child.
No,
I do.
You do.
I do. I can't help it.
You do.
I can't help it.
It'd be funny now.
And then don't tell me like, oh my God, look at her leggings, but don't look right now. If you tell me look, I'll be like, where they at? Like that's me.
Here's the thing: she be swearing like she's slick about it though. Like she'll do this like. There's nothing slick about your approach.
And then I start laughing. Look
immediately.
Oh.
Sometimes I say that too.
Poor little Ting Ting.
Oh my God. Oh.
All right. Well, y'all go out and buy y'all some new long panties.
Or none at all.
Search for compliments.
Search for compliments.
Yes. And read 13 things mentally strong people don't do.
Again, link will be at the bottom.
Yeah. All right.
For sure.
Is this
I don't know. I just felt like.
Ew.
All right. So let's talk about the show.
All right.
So pretty good for the first time.
Yes.
I think I'm liking the whole book
I like
review
it.
thing.
I like it.
I do.
And our opinions are not always going to be in favor of the book. We're trying to stay away from the more streamlined, popular titles right now and reading books that we would actually be reading in our everyday lives, not just because it's the new hype. However, I am super excited to read that comic book though. After this Breakfast Club interview, I was like, it's in my cart. It'll be coming with the next shipment, whatever I make for Amazon probably tomorrow. Because again, it's every few days. But it's in my cart ready to go for the next shipment.
And if you guys have suggestions too, feel free to shoot them to us.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't care what type of book it is. If we find it's something we can all benefit from, then we're going to take the time to read it. So,
true story.
All right. So that's the end of the show, guys. As always, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. Woo-woo. We are all over the place. So, you can also hit us in the email, or DMs on any of those, by the way. Inboxes, feel free. We check them. And email is nakdoffscript@gmail.com.
Nice.
All right. Until next time,
I holler.